Amazon's been on the hunt for energy, and they just bought the output of an entire US nuclear plant. But watchdogs are fuming. The $20 billion data center deal locks down 1.9 gigawatts, 2 Hoover dams worth of 24/7 power. And this is after regulators torpedoed Amazon's first attempt as a private power grab. The company rewired the contract, paid the tolls, and still walks away with more zero-carbon electricity than some nations, igniting a debate over whether big tech is rescuing nukes or hijacking the grid. Two years ago, Amazon's behind-the-meter shortcut triggered bipartisan outrage. Regulators at FERC blocked the plan. Consumer advocates warned of higher bills, and rival utilities cried foul. But now, the tech giant has flipped to a front-of-the-meter framework that keeps the power plant online, funnels $18 billion in revenue to operator Talen Energy, and crucially, lets the electricity flow through PJM's wholesale market rather than bypassing it. It solves a political headache, but it also raises a bigger question. Can nuclear energy become big tech's go-to answer for the AI power crunch without warping the grid for everyone else? The revised agreement is ambitious. By 2029, Amazon will draw up to 1.2 gigawatts from Susquehanna. By 2032, that ramps up to 1.9 gigawatts, roughly the output of 2 Hoover dams, all under a contract that runs through 2042. Transmission upgrades now underway will let PPL Electric wheel the energy across Pennsylvania and credit Amazon for zero-carbon attributes without skipping grid charges. For Susquehanna, the deal is a financial lifeline. Talen says the PPA alone secures $18 billion in revenue, protecting hundreds of union jobs and keeping 18 billion kilowatt hours of carbon-free generation on the market each year. For Amazon, it buys certainty. AI-class data centers consume up to 10 times the power of a traditional cloud haul. Locking in nuclear baseload sidesteps volatile gas prices and helps the company reach its 100% clean energy pledge years early. The pivot also resets the regulatory chessboard. Because the contract is now front of the meter, it no longer needs FERC approval, short-circuiting a legal fight that had stalled the original scheme. PJM still worries about data center load tightening capacity auctions, yet planners concede that keeping an existing reactor online beats building dozens of gas turbines. Beyond Susquehanna, Amazon and Talen have agreed to study small modular reactors and uprates that could expand nuclear supply across the mid-Atlantic. So why is this relevant? Well, because if the country's biggest cloud provider can turn a public grid nuclear contract into a PR win, other tech giants, and perhaps entire industries, may copy the playbook, redirecting billions toward carbon-free baseload while forcing regulators to define fair rules for everyone else. Amazon's course correction shows that clean energy, common equity, and corporate scale don't have to collide, but they do demand creative market design. So be on the lookout for when the paperwork is final, because is Amazon really paying the same grid tolls an ordinary factory would? Or did the fine print leave them a shortcut? Links to the PPA filing, PJM demand forecast, and Pennsylvania's $20 billion data center investment brief are in the description. For more clear visual explainers on the forces reshaping energy and everything that runs on it, subscribe and tell us what you'd like to see next.